talking, and I'm very, very excited about it. There's a lot of prospects for us in the future because when you fail to talk about the very things which affect you, you will continue to wallow, in that dungeon of confusion. But I'm happy that finally the young people have decided to talk in this nation. I'm very, very excited about it. I cannot wait to experience what will happen in this nation in the next foreseeable weeks and months. I'm very excited about it. At least the narrative is changing. People are beginning to find their voices. People are beginning to talk about what is currently happening. Now, I think that if you don't know, I'm telling you that what is currently trending in this nation is the hashtag Fix the Country. Now, let me be very candid and sincere with you. This particular project was started by a young blogger in this nation who has decided not to follow the trajectory of blogging in Ghana. You know what the bloggers do in Ghana? They only blog about women, bottles, and unnecessary stuff. But this guy decided to distinguish himself with the kind of content he puts on his platform. And gradually, people have begun to appreciate the enormous work he's doing in that space. Excited about that, excited about the future, and excited particularly to have the gentleman here with me in the studios. His name is Kobby Kyei. Good morning to you, Kobby.
Oh, good morning.
How are we?
We are fine, Papa.
I'm proud of you, my brother.
Thank you.
Very proud of you.
Thanks so much to Panafrica.
Yes.
Yes, you guys were, one of the few TV stations that, remember Betty?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was on.
Every single time.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you have changed the narrative when it comes to blogging in this country.
Thank you.
Because we know that people always were focused on survival as opposed to what would change the conversation for the young people.
Exactly.
What informed your decision to start blogging differently? Because I've realized that within the past month, you have been blogging about the things that we have failed to do in this nation. Within the past month, you have tried to blog about things which are wrong, in this nation. And the fact that you are encouraging the young Ghanaian to begin to speak up and to begin to question the status quo and speak truth to power. Why did you decide to do that? I'm happy about it. I'm not even supposed to ask you why, because I think we are there. This is the time for us to speak about what went through your mind when you decided to do that, because it doesn't really come with money.
Yes.
Because of course these advertisers would want bloggers who post nonsense on their platform. I say nonsense because they are nonsense really. It doesn't add anything to the development of this nation, giving platforms to people who do not matter, and always churning out negativity. But you decided to be positive about whatever it is that you're going to post on your platform, which is why a lot of the right-thinking Ghanaians have fallen in love with your platform and are doing a lot more to push you. Why did you decide to do what you're doing?
Thank you so much, and a very good morning to everyone doing the listening, watching on Facebook and everywhere. I'm so humbled to be here.
Right.
Now, somewhere last year, I started reading thoroughly about Ghanaian history and what our forefathers did. And I noticed that they went so hard. They were not thinking about fame. They were not thinking about money. It was just about getting Ghana on the right path. And so I asked myself, even though I am an entertainment journalist, I have the following, I have the platform. There are a lot of people out there who wouldn't necessarily want to wake up every morning to just come and watch what Sarkodie is doing. They want to see some development in the country. They want to see some issues, we addressing certain issues, because we call ourselves influencers. And I watch the space, and almost every blogger is into entertainment.
Yeah.
And entertainment is good, creative art is good. But another sector that we need to also hammer is we being part, we're using our platform as influencers to change the narrative and to also highlight on certain things, whether the good or the bad of our governance.
Absolutely.
So I said, I need to change the narrative again. I need to turn a bit to now highlight on serious issues. I don't care whether it's MPP, whether it's NDC. It is about what the great people we have in the studio here have done.
Yeah.
And they are here in the studio because of what they did.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Pan-Africanism.
Absolutely.
So I want to be part of that generation where I want to fight for my kids.
Absolutely.
My grandchildren.
Absolutely.
Where they wake up one day to say that my father was able to establish this. My father was able to cement his grounds to say that we need to fix this thing.
Absolutely.
And so if you have a number of Ghanaians coming up, and we are in the era of social media.
Absolutely, yeah.
Those days when there was no social media, these great people were able to do everything from all corners of the country to fix certain things for us to enjoy today. Now we have social media. The world is watching. If I post a picture, your video I posted.
Of course.
It will shock you that somebody is in Korea. Watch the video.
Absolutely.
It tells you how influential and how powerful the digital space is.
Absolutely.
How are we doing? How are we using our medium? You wake up every morning, you go on Instagram, and everybody is posting about today this person has done that. There are a lot of serious issues that we need to
unnecessary things. I think you should just say it bluntly. Unnecessary things.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that I said, no, I need to really have a sober reflection about how I think.
Yeah.
I want to see my future, personal life, persona, and what I can also build now. Mind you, it took a certain Kwame Nkrumah to start the revolution.
Absolutely, yeah.
It took a certain Mr. Pratt to start something.
Yeah.
And today we have Pan-African TV.
Absolutely.
And employ a lot of people here. So what can I do to also start to also help the next generation is to use my influence in society to change the narrative. I might not be able to influence a lot of people, but mind you, there's someone out there in the corner watching me who might not even comment, but I'm changing his mind gradually.
Absolutely.
Of society.
And that's a very beautiful curtain raiser for our conversation.
Thank you.
Changing the narrative and ensuring that you feed on the positivity of the people who paved way for us. And I'm excited about it because it appeared to me that the younger people gradually were drifting away from the relevance of being involved in the conversation, which will ultimately change the paradigm within our political space. And so I was very happy to. I called you. You remember I called you? And I'm like, I like what you're doing because not many people have the mind to even want to go
You're always
that direction.
sending me messages
Absolutely.
To really push me.
You know, so I'm happy, and to even make me, to even make matters more exciting for me, you have introduced the generational thinkers forum, and so you have just elevated the conversation. It's not just about blogging on your page; it's also to bring generational thinkers, people who have the nation at heart and who have, in their own small ways, been having conversations about the possibility of the young Ghanaian changing the narrative and having a seat at the table of decision making, so that whatever it is that government does, will be directly beneficial to the young. I mean, the Generational Thinkers Forum. Talk me through it.
Thank you. Now, so we need, as a nation, we need to have a way to build generational power. Generational power in what sense? Today, we have the platform to speak, their leadership and all that. Are we building people who will be in that capacity? And if we're a nation who don't groom, you go into the university, senior high school, or as you are here, you need to build a generational power of you, so that when Kwame is not there, somebody will be able to sit in. In that way, you are a generational thinker, knowing that one day you won't be here forever. You need somebody to occupy the space to push the agenda that you are pushing. Are we doing that as a country? Are we building generational powers? People who can be able to fit into the health sector, sports, all the institutions, the security. Are we building? Are we consciously? I sat and I said, no, the country is not doing that. That is why people get there and they're so confused. I can tell you, a matter of fact, that people who are into ministerial positions got there by chance.
Of course.
They say by grace.
Yeah.
You get there by grace, but if you don't have the applicable knowledge to amplify what you are doing, you are going to lack a lot of things. Because consciously, the nation didn't build generational power and generational thinkers. As we are here, years ago, we used to watch movies of touch screen. We were shocked when we were kids. Because they had generational thinkers from technology to know that in a few years to come, we need to move from TV to Kopo to flash screen.
Of course.
And today we are seeing it.
Yeah.
But when we were kids and watching on TV, we were so curious. So from technology, from agriculture, we need to have people consciously, the government building up in the next 10 years, entertainment space, agriculture, media space. What do we want to transfer to the next generation? Agriculture, looking at our lands, our resources, what do we want to build in the next 10 years? In building that, we need to build people who will hold those positions. And I said, I don't have any media platform. What I have is my social media platform. And I need to start conscientizing and sanitizing the minds of the ordinary Ghanaians who are following me to know that whatever thing you are doing, you need to be a generational thinker. In so doing, anytime you wake up in the morning, anytime you go to school, if you are a nurse in the classroom, you know that you are building yourself to be or to hold the position. You might not be the head like the MD or a minister, but in your own small corner as a nurse,
What are you doing?
What are you doing to contribute to the development of this nation?
Beautiful, beautiful thoughts, beautiful, execution. But your concept, in my opinion, has given birth to that conversation which has sparked on social media. That hashtag which started on social media. The hashtag is fix the country. Fix the country. And I am dead sure, that this hashtag is an offspring of that which you started on your platform.
Yes.
So how does that make you feel that a certain gentleman sat there, perhaps watched your stuff, and was motivated by that, and on the basis of that decided that, listen, let me also add my voice to that conversation that Kobby Kyei has started. Of course, I've also started something like that before. You remember the high school tour that you were even supposed to be part of. Just so we can all, change the conversation and change the mindset of the Ghanaian people. But fix the country is one that is trending now. And I know that it is directly related to that which you started. Now, how do we leverage on that? Because it's not enough that we're only doing hashtags on social media. How do we leverage on that to ensure that indeed we get that change that we're looking for? Not necessarily change in government, but change in the way we do things in this nation. Change in respect of how government always take advantage of the people of this nation. And I'll tell you what, there's a certain blogger who is very popular, who is our friend, who posted on his Facebook page, Fix the Nation. And then I sent him my video, the one that you posted, and I said, oh, if you have started buying into this concept, then, try and push my video as well. Then he said, Charlie, my people have started calling me that I'm spoiling our party. And I said, okay, so your people have started calling you that you're spoiling your party. So on the basis of that, you're not going to push the agenda for your children.
Exactly.
And then he said, Charlie, we go do more, but. So I am asking this question to find out from you whether you are getting threats, whether you are getting money offers from people to stop what you're doing, or you are getting support from the young people who genuinely, truly want to change this nation.
Over the years, if you look at my transition in the blogging space, like you said from your preamble, I stand out. And in a society, one always want to stand out. It is very challenging because everybody is going left, they want to go right.
Yeah.
And it happens when you're always looking at the bigger picture.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because if you look at now and what you get from the threats and the money and all those things, it will shift your focus. So fix the nation. I mean, like you said, a blogger who is not feeling comfortable to post. Me, as I sit here, if I don't help fix the nation with my voice, you might, you just don't want to join. But that blogger who don't want to join, if you don't fix the country and the youth are hungry, they'll go and rob him. And if they go and rob him, he will come to blame the institutions. Yeah. That security. I called the police and they reported 2 hours later. So fix the nation is a collective effort from every youth around the four corners of the country. That it is not MPP. I don't belong to MPP. I don't belong to NDC. But we are fighting for the next generation to come. 1995 May, that we had the Kumi.
Yeah.
Nana Akufo-Addo, now president, had the mindset to change a certain narrative. That the youth are struggling. You need to fix the nation. And so I'm not sure that any political party, if you are watching me and you feel so uncomfortable, the fact that the youth of this country are coming out to speak on fix the nation, remind yourself that some years ago you were at opposition and you were praying to fix the nation.
Now you're in power.
And you are telling us to fix ourselves.
You just spoke my mind. I took to my Facebook page. And then I was, because I'm being very honest with you, very candid. I'm very disappointed in all of us, the youth of this nation. And I'm disappointed in us because when we had Doomsday, remember, fix Doomsday now.
Yes, it was all over.
Did we, at the time, ask ourselves, whether we have fixed our mindset.
Exactly.
That one day we said, no, fix them. So, I mean, so 2 legs.
You are the leader. You are the leader.
Yeah,
fix it.
2 legs are good, but 4 legs are bad.
Exactly.
You know, I don't get it. How do we rally all the young people together to change the narrative? For them to know that this struggle that we are in is not for the benefit of NDC. I mean, really. It's not for the benefit of the NDC. But it's for the benefit of our children.
Exactly.
The children in whose hands we must leave a working, country for. Otherwise, what are we standing for? So, I mean, I like the fact that you have also realized how people, are trying to change the conversation. With fix your attitude. And I've seen that they've also bought into, they've bought some celebrities who are also doing their bidding for them. And I find that to be very troubling. I find it to be very troubling. Because you see, the truth is that these celebrities who have come out to criticize the Fix the Nation campaign are directly being paid by the MPP. That's a fact, we know. So they are not saying these things for the benefit of the young people. They are saying these things because they've been paid. Is that not the case?
And you see, if you have that mindset of taking money to share your opinion on trying to be candid on the issue, like you said, the children will suffer. And if they grow up to know that some of these things were not avoided, we are going to pay. We are really going to pay. So I don't want the youth of this country, it is good. I mean, you have the right to join any political party. But at a point where you know that you and I are suffering, when you go to the villages, our politicians are feeling very comfortable. This stress that we are talking about, they don't feel it.
No, they don't.
Their children are not in the country.
Absolutely.
Most of them.
Yeah.
They are not attending their children. How many politicians can they boldly tell me that their children are attending Saito?
No, what's that?
It is very ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so if you are a young boy out there, you are in Accra, by God's grace, you've moved from the village. All of us, we moved from the village. I'm in Accra.
Yeah.
And looking back, anytime I go to the village, people who have not had that opportunity. It took me. Because I went to the university, there's no even enabling environment after school for you to even get hold of your willpower, that innovative, that critical, that cognitive skills to establish yourself as a business.
You can't do that.
Now you go to school, they tell you, create a business. Do you have the enabling environment to create your own business? You go to people are suffering. So for me to be here, I need to be the mouthpiece. We all have shared responsibility of being the mouthpiece of the people in the village.
Absolutely.
I tweeted yesterday that we need to start sanitizing and conscientizing the minds of our aunties, our uncles, who, I mean, sorry to say, were not able to get that education. We need to go back and tell them that this is what our leaders are doing. So don't wait for them to bring you
50 Ghana.
When you're voting, at the end of the day, you're going to suffer.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand?
That's
so
right.
Fix the Nation campaign or Fix the Country, it is a collective effort. I don't want people to get pissed off because this is happening in their era.
And we don't want NDC to take advantage of it.
Get advantage because only in our West, NDC comes to power the same thing. And it baffles my mind that if it is Doomsaw, if it is usage like light issue, I expect that the nation, if it is MPP, they can fix this. This is light. Can't fix this once and for all.
And go. Yeah.
And there should be a policy, there should be a law.
A development plan. We don't have a development plan.
This is water. Fix it before. Road. Look at the house. You've seen me post those videos.
Of course.
It breaks my heart knowing that there are a lot of bastards out there. Regardless of what this person has done that. And today on City Newsroom, President Kufuor granted an interview with CNN.
Yeah, I watched that.
He's fight corruption and all that. Look at how we are suffering in this country. If even you're a youth and want to get employed,
you have to know somebody.
To government sector. Do you know the amount of money we pay? So for you to, and he said that, and I quote, that we are starting and we started from the basic level.
Which one is that?
People are suffering.
Yeah.
So I beg the government of Ghana that there are a lot of, we have paid, people are paying tax, but paying tax, are we seeing what we are seeing?
Yeah.
Are we seeing good roads?
No.
COVID-19, Sky Bay, fine. A lot of money. Borrowing money here and loans here and there, but what is happening? So if the youth of this country don't wake up and talk, we need to also research as youth. We need to also read. And for the past 1 week now, you see, this thing, I had to go and print this from the internet. I have to go and print this.
The national youth.
Yes.
We don't have it. In fact, let me tell you the story. You know, I designed a national youth policy for the then YEA boss. Is it NY or YEA? NY, National Youth Authority. I designed a draft. I still have it in my email, and I sent it to them. Until today, nothing has come out of it. You know, and it's unfortunate.
If I tell you some of the things, and this was issued August 2010. National Youth Policy of Ghana towards an empowered youth, impacting positively on national development.
Do you know the danger with this one? The challenge with this one?
No,
I'm sure you've read it. There's absolutely nothing in this.
Charlie,
read it.
I'm going to read National.
It's just youth policy.
West. And I'm reading this. Section 1. I've read it. 1.1.
Yes.
Charlie, we go from there.
No.
Mike, I'm going to check him out.
No, it's on.
Yes.
Go on.
So, the youth constitute the truth, wealth, and future of our country. Addressing their hopes and aspirations must be an integral part of our socio-economic development effort. Successive governments have over the years realized the need for policies that will empower the youth for effective participation in national development. What do we see?
Nothing.
A national youth policy provides the opportunity for government to engage the youth. Do they engage us?
No.
How many times do we have national youth forums?
Nothing.
National youth workshops. How many times do they go to the villages to organize forum? National Minister of Youth and Sport.
Oh, what's that?
He is so centered about thinking about the sport than the youth. Is it the same person in charge of youth?
Absolutely.
Are you trying to put together the youth in Accra and Kumasi, the capitals? Are you looking at the villages, the rural areas? There are youth out there. Are you going there to sanitize their minds? What programs, what cognitive skills are you giving to them? And if you read, you see, and as we speak now, the youth form 60 to 65% in this country.
No, that's
and so if you're watching me right now and you don't want to be part of governance,
well, that's your problem.
So the youth of this country, I want them to wake up. I really want them to wake up. Now I want to read something here. Challenge. And they highlighted some challenges facing the youth. And let's see, from 2010 to 2021, if they've solved any. Assessing quality education for the youth in educational sector with attendant, inadequate and appropriate training for the job market. I posted on my Instagram, 1956, a certain Afresi Bannerman. He's now like 84 years. He lives with a wife in Ebri. He contested in a debate.
I saw that video.
The whole Ghana, represented Ghana in a debate. And when you look at the way this guy, he was 18 years old at that time. The way his cognitive, the brain power, the way, the confidence, the way he was trying to conscientize, to tell the Americans that this is our education sector. When it comes to Ghana, we have people who are into technicals. Those who are very brilliant in academic have their own courses. And today, those days, they used to have a lot of technical schools. Are they down?
No.
These days, you go. My kid sister went to high school, went to spend Form 1, went to spend few weeks on a gold in Chomrafi, not for phone call. Unemployment and unemployment resulting from inadequate and appropriate training for the job market. How many times? The negative effect of urbanization and modernization. A lot of issues here.
But they've not been resolved.
But they've not been from 2010.
You know the danger? When this document was put together, I think by John Dramani Mahama. I mean, under John Dramani Mahama's regime.
No, because this was signed under Senna Danso.
That's 2010.
2010.
Yeah, 2010. Who was in power?
Atamos,
yes.
Senna Danso, MP, Minister of Youth and Sports.
Yeah. So that is when they prepared this document.
Yes.
But when Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo took power, I think there was that attempt to use this document to build on this document for a new national youth policy, which is why I'm telling that I was even part of that. We don't have a new one. That's the problem. That's why I'm coming to. So we don't have a new one. So this is the 2010 one.
So how do they have the youth at heart?
That's a very good question. There's no national youth policy. In fact, there's no national development plan
for the youth. There's no plan for the youth.
It's terrible.
They're always looking at, because you see, the funny thing is that, and like I said, if you don't do generational thinkers and generational powers,
We'll bring generational looters.
Exactly. Because they want to go and squander money. Because of the struggling. And one of the things that is really sickening is that most of the big people out there grew up from the youth. They are more than 40.
Yeah.
Because they were not able to go through that conscientized or that sanitation of the minds, the cognitive. All of them are they have taken that bribery and corruption attitude
with them
up there. That is why we have to start conscientizing the minds of the youth right now. Because we will also now move from the 18, 20 to the 30s, 40, 50, then the same attitude moving.
Recycling.
And it pains my heart that those who were speaking for the youth, and I use myself as an example, I pray that, and I want to thank God, I want to pray that when I get there, I will also change. Because a lot of people, when you listen to them, from Honorable Okujetu Ablakwa, from Minister of Information, all of them were speaking so well about the youth. Now when they get there,
they misbehave.
The mindset of helping the youth
is diminished.
Shifts. And it's crazy.
It's crazy. Well, viewers, we have been in conversation with Kobby Kyei, who is a leading blogger in this nation, a very positive blogger in this nation. And I'm glad that he made time to join us this morning. We've been talking about his project, Generational Thinkers Forum. We've been talking about the Fix the Nation, Fix the Country campaign, the demonstration. I'm learning that the police are indicating that they are not going to allow the demonstration to come off. Listen,
the Christ Embassy, you saw their conference.
Yeah,
they had a conference,
absolutely.
And the police issued a statement that they were not aware.
Absolutely.
But so it means that the police patrol team are not working.
Yeah.
If the police patrol team are working, I mean, there's a parking lot.
Yeah.
You're supposed to see that there are cars parked there. What is happening there?
Absolutely. My attitude in all of this is that if the police wants to tell us that they are now part of the ministries under this administration, they should tell us. Because they should allow people to express themselves in the way and the manner that they want to. Because that's the only way they can bring out their frustrations. If you allow them to bottle up their anger, it will explode. So if they know what is right, if they think about this nation, if they think about the future of this nation, they must do the needful and stop these partisan operations. It doesn't help anybody. Because what they are doing really is very inimical to the growth of this nation. People want to demonstrate. They are angry. They are upset. Allow them to demonstrate. Have you seen any party flag in this whole process? It is just Ghanaians who are fed up with the system and they want to demonstrate. You allow them do that. Why are you saying that you are going to court to get a court order to injunct the demonstration? It doesn't make any sense. If the police or if the IGP now wants to be minister for IGP, he should come and tell us. He should come and tell us. Because we need for people to speak up in this nation. Kobby Kyei has started speaking up. I have started speaking up. The young people are all speaking up. It should tell you that something is definitely wrong, Kobby. Finally,
I'm reading this quote from Kwame Nkrumah.
Right.
Ghanaians are not timid people, as has been suggested in the foreign press. Far from it. They may be slow to anger, and it may take time to organize and act. But once they are ready, they strike. And strike hard. It spares no one to tamper with Ghanaian freedom and dignity.
Thank you. Thank you. These are very deep words.
Yes.
I'll leave the viewers to ponder about this. Kobby Kyei has been my guest this morning. Thank you very kindly. We're going to do this again.
Yes.
Trust me, we're going to do this
follow
again.
me. I mean, if you are watching,
put it out there. Put it out there.
Yes.
Please.
If you are watching me and you want to be part of the Generational Thinkers Forum, and if you want to speak, you're a young girl, young guy out there, you want to share your views on how we can build a nation, and we as youth, our attitude again have to be balanced so that we also don't get there. The young ones are going to blame us. You might want to call me on 0240-213333. 0240-213333. If you are a church, if you are, a club, you want me to come and speak to you. I'm a speaker. Just call me, come and speak, and let me sanitize the minds of Ghanaians. Again, follow me on Instagram. I'm verified. Kobby.Kyei. Kobby, Kobby.Kyei. Follow me on all my platforms, and let's change the narrative.
Fantastic. 0240-213333. That's Kobby Kyei's number. Kindly give him a call this morning. Let's all join hands to build the Ghana that we want to see. Quick commercial break. On my return, I'm going to be having panelists here seated. We're going to be touching on a number of issues. Nigeria's army vows support for Buhari. Rising hardships in Ghana. Hashtag Fix the Country Now protest set for 9th May. Kome Prekon. And Francis Adanimo joins MPP flag bearer race. That is by the New Crusading Guard. It's actually a report. I didn't sack Domolevo. President retorted, and he said President retorted that he retired. That's Nana Dan Kwekufo. It's on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. These are the topics. I'll introduce my panelists whilst I escort the wonderful, venerable Kobby Kyei out of the studio. Quick commercial break. Stay with us. I shall return shortly.